All right, for those of you who are with us, we are so glad that you took time out of your busy schedule to join us for our live webinar today. Our topic is 5 ways that you can use CommunityShare with your sales and marketing teams. I am Callie, a part of the LifeShare support team, and I'm joined here by...
I'm Kim. Thank you for having me today. I'm glad to be with you guys.
And she's also part of the LifeShare support team. So she's going to be kind of manning the chat and helping to facilitate that conversation. And I'll kind of be leading you through our webinar today. All right, moving on, kind of just an overview. So I'm going to tell you the 5 different ways that you can use CommunityShare for marketing and sales, and then we'll kind of dive a little bit deeper into each one. The first one is using referral slides within your CommunityShare slideshow. The second one, using custom welcome announcements. The third one, utilizing that free mobile app that comes along with your LifeShare services. The fourth one is using videos. And the fifth one is to use your CommunityShare in conjunction with your tours, especially the picture albums. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into each one of these. Like I said before, if you need us to show you how to do something or have a specific question, please don't feel shy about asking it in that chat box. Kim will let me know when you guys have questions. So the first one, referral slides. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually a referral that you would give out in your community. I was just kind of making an example for you. But referral slides are very easy to create in your announcement section of your CommunityShare. You can utilize your current residents for sales. And it's very minimum maintenance. This is a slide that you can put in and you can have it run indefinitely, or if you have this special only going on for a certain period of time, you can set those parameters within your LifeShare account. Now, is there anybody that needs me to show you how to create an announcement? Okay, Richard, I'm going to go ahead and show that for you. So remember that you can go to our homepage. It's lifesharetech.com. Click the sign in button to log in. Here on our website, there are other resources, so check out the blogs, the vlogs, and then the support section, the general support for additional tips and tricks. When you hit login, you'll get logged in. Down the left-hand side of your screen are all the different channels of different types of information that you can put into your CommunityShare. So to add an announcement, you just go to the announcement section. Whoop, gotta log back in. And you'll create a new announcement. If you'll notice, in all the different sections, when you add new information, it's this add button in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to add in a title, which might be referral slide. You're going to put in the information that you want to put in there. Refer a friend and receive $500 towards rent. The start showing and start until, if you leave the start showing blank, it's going to start showing in your slideshow immediately. If you leave the show until blank, it's going to show indefinitely until you go in there and physically tell it to stop. There are all different kinds of backgrounds that you can choose from. You can even preview what it's going to look like by clicking the magnifying glass. So you can see what your slide is going to look like. If you want, at the very bottom, there is an option to upload a picture and it'll just slide in at the end of the announcement. The important thing is this display on area, so you can check all the different units that you want it to display on. If you don't have this choice down there, that means you probably just have one unit that you're working with and it'll display on that unit no matter what. Once you save it, you should be good to go and it'll start showing in your slideshow in the date that you have chosen. Okay, we'll go ahead and move on. If you have additional questions about that, Richard, please let us know. So going on to the next one, it's also in the form of an announcement, but it's a way to customize your slideshow and really welcome either prospective families in residence or new families in residence. So it's really easy to create these welcome announcements. A lot of times people have the concierge or the front desk get involved with a login and be the one to create these for you, take something off your plate. You can welcome tours that are coming to the building if they've scheduled ahead of time, or you can even welcome a new resident. And the way to really personalize it, that is one of my favorites, and I know that residents really appreciate it when they first move in, is adding that picture in, because then other residents in the community and even staff get to know the name with the face. Any questions so far? We doing all right? Remember, if you have a question, please go ahead and put it in the chat box and we'll try and address it right away. The third option is the mobile app. Now, I feel like this is one of the most underutilized, but one of the best features that LifeShare has to offer. In conjunction with your CommunityShare, you have the option to have access to a community access pin for your mobile app. And this allows your families, your residents, and your staff to all get community information from the palm of their hand. Why is this important to use in marketing sales? Well, the best thing about it is work smarter, not harder. It doesn't require any additional work to get this set up and going and get people involved in getting information from your community. It also gets the families accustomed to having this information and this access to information constantly. It really hits home that they don't have to be there to stay informed with the community. They can be across the country, across the world, and still access and see what mom or dad or grandma or grandpa is doing that day. What you can do is we can work together, our support team, to create a document like this on the right. We can brand it with your logo, your campus information, and all your pins. We even put a customized screenshot of your community here. And you can download and print and share this form with as many people as you'd like. One of the things that we suggest is sharing this pin and getting them logged in with your prospective families and your prospective residents, because they will leave there already being logged in, receiving community information, and it'll be a constant reminder, not just a piece of paper they're going to throw away on their way out. It'll have something on their phone to remind them of that connection that you made and how easy and comfortable you made them feel at your community. Has anyone customized their PIN? Richard, since you're newer, that might be something that we look into, is making sure that your PIN has been customized so that it's a little bit easier to log in. If you haven't customized your PIN, it'll have a big mumble jumble of different letters and numbers. Norma, that's a great question. How do you change the picture on the front page? If you send us a picture that you want to be displayed on there, we can change it for you. Now, Norma, I know that Spectrum has a specific picture that they want it to be uniform across all their campuses. So that's why you have the easel painting picture that you do on your mobile app. But anyone else that doesn't have a corporate person saying that they want that specific picture, we can change it to whatever picture that you'd like. It can be a logo or it can be a picture of your community. If you're wondering how to find out what your mobile access PIN is, on that bottom channel, mobile access, this is where you would see your PIN. So you can customize your PIN, especially if it's a big mixture of letters and numbers or there's nothing there. It means you need to customize your PIN. So if yours has already been customized, you don't want to change it because chances are someone might be using it and you would have to redistribute the PIN. So I'm going to go ahead and just create a really easy one, and I'm just going to say write AL, and that's going to be my customized PIN. So when I go back there, see how it says write AL? It is case sensitive, so when families log in, they do need to make sure they have uppercase letters and the lowercase letters and the spaces in all the right places. So this is where you can customize that pin. If you are interested in getting that flyer created, let us know over in the chat box. We'll take note and contact you about getting your logo and everything like that that we need in order to create that flyer for you. So if you are interested, let Kim know. She'll be happy to write that down for you. All right, moving on to the next one, marketing videos. So we know as working with our clients that they have all these different marketing videos created. They put them on their website, but that's not the only place that you have to display them. So we want to show you how you can use them in conjunction with your CommunityShare to continue marketing with your sales. So you can use your current marketing videos. Especially if you have them already uploaded to YouTube, it makes it that much easier because you can upload videos either from YouTube or from your computer. If the file is too large though, we might have to compress them a little bit. Any of you that use the company Heart Legacy, I can tell you that we do collaborate with Heart Legacy and we are compatible with them. Actually, this is one of their pictures right here from one of their videos. I know that Spectrum uses Heart Legacy to create fun marketing videos. So that's something that we can work with them and get your Heart Legacy videos displaying on your CommunityShare, whether it's a cultural video or a sales type video. Your CommunityShare in your hallway is an easy way to access content for anybody that is coming through your community and anyone that's in your building. I know that you guys probably know, as well as we do, your best salespeople are the people that are already living there and can distribute word of mouth about your community.
Kelly, Norma would like to know, can they just send the link to you from Heart Legacy?
Yes, go ahead and you can send us the link from Heart Legacy and we'll work with them to make sure that we have all the files that we need in order to do that. So yes, we can download and work with Heart Legacy. So just send that on over to us. Great question, Norma. So one of the questions that we get a lot of times about videos is, how do I do this? You know, what parameters do you have with the videos? We usually encourage you to show shorter videos within the slideshow if you want the videos to show in your slideshow rotation. We say shorter, which is about 2 minutes or less, just so it doesn't bog down your slideshow and doesn't monopolize all the time that your slideshow has. These are great if you have little snippets of programs that you have going on. We have a client that does this awesome music therapy program, and they show clips and snippets of that therapy program to encourage and inform about that program within their slideshow. However, there is the option to upload longer videos, especially for your tours where you might want to highlight something that's a little bit longer in length. You can hide them from your slideshow but still access them on demand.
We have another question about possibly including videos that talk about the amenities that community offers.
Yes, I think that is a great idea, Norma. You can do different amenities, like maybe you have a new workout room or you have a new movie theater in your building. Those are great things to do just short clips of so that they get the idea, because we all know when you're doing tours, you can't always get in every aspect of the building, whether there's an activity going on, there's construction, there's something else. You want to be able to highlight some of those amenities for not only the residents that are living there that might be new to, but also to the families that are coming in so that they can encourage their loved ones to take advantage of those different amenities. So like I said, when you're in your slideshow, a lot of people don't know that you can actually exit the slideshow, press that black LS button, and then access those videos on demand. The last area we're going to go into is tours. And one of the things that I feel like more tours could take advantage of is using those community shares that are in your hallways as stopping and talking points, especially to give, if there's a prospective resident, time to rest, time to get comfortable in the areas that you're taking them around to. So you can hide pictures from the slideshow and still access them on demand. This screen may look familiar. That's kind of the menu that you see when you exit the slideshow. The picture section is the second one down. So when you exit it, you get to access all the picture albums you've ever put into CommunityShare. They won't necessarily be showing in your slideshow rotation with your other pictures of fun activities and things going on in your community, but you can create other photo albums that are specifically used for sales and marketing. And we recently did a blog on Monday about 3 must-have picture albums, and those are the following. You can create activity highlights so that you can talk about what type of activities, what type of outings, what type of special events that you put on in your building. You can also show building and amenity photos. So normal, that would be a great place to just have pictures that highlight the different areas in your building. And then also a different album for room photos. So a lot of times, depending on how many people you have in your building, you may only have one demo room, but you may have many different floor plans. So being able to upload those 3D floor plans, take pictures of model resident rooms, and being able to show them what it looks like with a home as a home, and not just that one that they might not have that exact floor plan for. They can really get an idea of the home that they will be creating there. All right, so far we've gone through the 5 different ways that you can use CommunityShare for marketing and sales. We're going to go into some additional pro tips for using CommunityShare with marketing and sales. Do we have any questions at this point? Do we have any other people besides Richard that are wanting that mobile flyer app created for their community? Go ahead and indicate to us that in the chat box. So we'll go ahead and move on to the pro tips. First of all, with marketing and sales, many of you know, create the story that you want to tell. In your admin meetings, your morning meetings, really talk as a community as to what that story is, what are the highlights of that story, and what do you really want people leaving your community knowing and feeling. And your CommunityShare slideshow is exactly what you want it to be. It can be as bare bones or as creative as you want it to be, depending on the type of information and the type of resources that you put in there. We also suggest printing example monthly, weekly, and daily calendars. Those are all 3 options that you can create with just adding it in your activities in one time. Not only are you updating your digital signage, you're updating your mobile app, but you're also creating these calendars. Have example ones that they can take with them so they know what types of activities that you're doing on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, and help them pick out things that their loved one would like to attend. Work with your life enrichment team for those candid pictures. A lot of times there are some great stories and some great things that are happening with the life enrichment department, or you might call it entertainment and programming. Make sure you're working with them and know when they're doing these certain activities that would help tell your story and really give you that competitive edge. Create a slide in your slideshow with the community access pin for the mobile app. That way, not only are new people coming into your building, but the existing ones are getting that information. And it may even spark a conversation with loved ones about getting them to download the mobile app and getting them logged in. Use our mobile flyer handout. Like I said before, contact LifeShare support to get that created. If you just set it up at your front desk, people are going to start picking it up, and they will really appreciate the fact of how easy it is to access, that it's free, and that they're able to use the information daily. One of my friends has a grandma that is in one of our clients' communities, and she calls it the ultimate accountability tool. Because a lot of times her grandma will say, well, I didn't really like the food today. We didn't really do anything. She can log in on the mobile app and she can see, oh, well, you actually went to Colts camp today and you guys did art. Did you go to those things, Grandma? And then Grandma starts a conversation about all the wonderful things that she did that she just forgot that she did. So it is the ultimate accountability tool. Brand your slideshow with your logo, and we can also help you create custom slide themes, so backgrounds that have your branding image, your branding colors. We're happy to help you create those. So if you are interested in branding your slideshow, please let us know. We're happy to do that. Any questions about the pro tips? We're going to send a follow-up email that will have a PDF and it'll have links to all these resources, but I do want to share a couple of these resources that may be great for you to refer back to later. So the first one is CommunityShare in Sales. It's a PDF. It just talks about how CommunityShare works, some ideas for when you give a tour, how you can stop, and things that you can highlight along the way. Especially, that dining area. If you have a CommunityShare outside the dining area, one of the great things I like to tell people is get your Director of Dining Services involved. Get them to do like a little chef preview, record a quick video, really entice that appetite and show all the great things that they're doing in the dining area. So that's the first document. The second one is a vlog that we released last week, and it's 6 ideas for using LifeShare products on sales tours. So this specifically talks about the tour.
Hi guys, this week.
So you can watch it on YouTube. This is the blog, the next one, 3 must-have marketing picture albums that I referred to earlier in our webinar. If you click on it, it'll take you directly to the blog, and you can see the different types and a little bit more explanation of those picture albums and what you can put in there. This next one is 4 LifeShare features for sales and marketing. So it's just a quick little PDF, and it talks about 4 things that we want to make sure that you are utilizing. And then the last one is just 5 ways to be creative with your slideshow. And these are all ways that don't take very much time at all, like creating an album of community pictures, putting in your sales and marketing videos, entering work anniversaries and showing how much you appreciate those staff members in your community, celebrating birthdays, both employees and residents, and then also creating ambiance in your community with scheduled music playlists. As you're going through any of these resources, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our support department. It is great at working with communities and making sure that we answer your questions and get you pointed in the right direction. We really want to make sure that you're taking advantage of all these best practices. So we are right at the 30-minute mark. So do you have any other questions about using CommunityShare for your marketing and sales? If you do, go ahead and type them in the group chat box. We want to make sure we address those questions for you. While you're thinking about any additional questions that you may have, I also want to prompt you that, are there other topics that you'd like featured on our monthly webinars? Feel free to type those ideas in there. We got some great ideas from our January group that we're going to be incorporating into the rest of our year. Richard, that's a great question. He said, how many TVs can access LifeShare in one community? Is it only the ones with the black box connected to them? So it depends on how you have it hooked up. Some people do have an in-house insertion channel, which allows the device to broadcast to all the different TVs in the building through a certain channel, like channel 3. They aren't able to access all the on-demand features like you can when it's hooked to a specific device, but that's the way that they get it to more TVs. But we have a lot of clients that have multiple of the black devices hooked up to different TVs in the different areas, and we can actually label them as different areas so that you can kind of designate information for different areas of the campus. So you may have certain information that shows in the AL areas, you may have certain information in the HC areas, and that kind of allows you to customize the experience in each of those areas. Norma's asking, you use LifeShare for daily activities, but how do I put it on my monthly calendars? So Norma, I have a little question. Are you using LifeShare like the games and things like that, and how do you put those on your calendars? Is that what you're asking? So Norma, I think, is talking about all the different on-demand activities. So when you exit the slideshow, there are games, there's podcasts, news, and she actually turns those into, I think, activities in her community. So she can add those to her monthly calendar. Let's see, I put them on my dailies. So Norma says that she puts her dailies. Oh, are you talking about your wanting to put your actual calendars in your slideshow, Norma? Is that what
Correct.
You're asking?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I was wondering. I was trying to figure that out. So what you could do potentially is take a screenshot of or download your your monthly PDF. So when you come in here and you go to your calendar, so let's say this is my calendar, what you can do is you can download it as a PDF or a JPEG file, or what you can also do is zoom out and take a screenshot and you can upload it on your screen. Our only concern is that the font gets really small when you try and display those monthly calendars on your screens. So I think the daily calendar, if you put that on there, is the better way to go. But you can make maybe a little announcement that says where they can find the monthly calendars throughout your campus. And what a lot of our clients do is they actually take the PDF and get it blown up like the size of a bulletin board and put it in a central location. So not only do they have the normal paper-sized copies of the monthly calendar, but they also have the really big calendars as well, posted in their activity room. It's a great question, though. Okay, any ideas for future webinars that you'd like to see? Maybe you want us to go a little bit more in depth into one of the things that we talked about today. Maybe you want it to be a little bit more training focused as to how you do certain things. I will put a plug in here because we do like to do one-on-one webinars with people that are more targeted learning opportunities.
Another question Norma would like to know, is there a maximum number of black boxes that you can have in your community?
There is not a maximum number of LifeShare or CommunityShare devices that you have in your community. It all just depends on kind of how you do your budgeting and things like that, because each additional device is an extra cost per month. And if you're curious as to know what an additional device costs, contact us directly, because we're able to look up your contract and kind of give you your pricing and things like that to add an additional device, because as you get more devices in your community, you do get certain price breaks. All right, we appreciate your time today. I want to make sure I get you back to your busy schedule. I do want to make sure that you are informed about our very next webinar that is next month on March 12th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know if you've noticed, we do like to kind of switch up our times. We do have time zones, people in the Eastern time zone, Central, Pacific, Mountain time. So we try and vary it up so that we can catch everybody at different parts of their day. And the focus next month is going to be transportation calendars or other calendar uses. So we have people that that use calendars for like their different care units, but what other ways can you use your calendars, and what an additional calendar unit could do for your community and your community efficiency. So if you're interested in joining us for that webinar, send support an email. But as always, if you need help, okay, Richard will get you a login. If you need help, here are the different places that you can get it. Our support team is awesome, as I've mentioned before. And I do encourage you to follow us on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. It will allow you to get tips and tricks and see just the different types of content. We do produce vlogs, little short, less than 2-minute videos on various topics, and we do blogs as well.